Vincent Valentine, boy. EX Turk, boy. Horror transformation, boy. Fuck Shimmer, boy. Pro Lucretia, boy. Let's get started on the Sturgeon Cerberus. Going down on Purge. Better watch yourself, Hojo. Anyone mess with Lucretia, you're gonna end up at the end of my Cerberus. I play no games. Got your goofy ass on my Hellmasker chainsaw. Don't even.
Hey, it's Noctis. Subscribe to Vincent Valentine EX Turk channel.
What's up, guys? Vincent Valentine EX Turk with another movie review. And sorry, my beanie is just acting a fool right now. I just came back from date night to see Wonder Woman for the free tickets it got, and I gotta say, DC has nailed it! Finally, after so many movies, I can actually say a movie I'm proud of. Now, I'm still proud of Ben Affleck's portrayal as Batman, but, you know, I gotta say for like a DC movie overall, because besides Suicide Squad, every other DC movie is all gritty and trying too hard to be edgy, and that got a little bit on my nerves. I'm sorry, but, you know, ever since Christopher Nolan went into DC movies have not been the same, you know. With that said, it's probably good for that time, but nonetheless, DC has actually done it right! For once! I just gotta say. Like, I can see why Rotten Tomatoes actually gave it a high score. Of course, yes, those are critics. Because there's people out there saying, oh, you know what, don't listen to critics. But when a Marvel movie gets a bad review, they go, the Marvel fanboys, hold up. But the Marvel fanboys want to get, Marvel fanboys want to get so mad and butch, say, oh, this should have got a much score. But, you know, all these Marvel elitists, don't get me wrong, I like both Marvel and DC, but I just gotta say it, suck it, Marvel elitists. DC actually took the role this time on this one. This is actually a movie worth seeing. Now, I just do got to complain about some inconsistent things. And I understand that there's not going to be Batman or anybody else, because this is a strictly Wonder Woman movie, and this is about her origin story, retold through a photograph that, you know, Gal Gadot's character Diana was looking through. And, you know, how she came from the Themyscira was perfectly portrayed, where Ares' origin story comes, it is perfectly portrayed to the comics. Even though I don't read a lot of Wonder Woman, I do read some of her stuff, so I know a little bit about Wonder Woman, so. But nonetheless, this is actually a movie where they actually got it straight from the comics. The only thing is, Ares looks a little bit different than his comic book counterpart, but this is going to be a spoiler review anyways. They do have Ares dressed up in the armor, so that makes up for him not having the dark skin and the red eyes, you know. And, you know, I understand they have to, you know, make the characters more realistic. Comic book movies aren't like the games. Like in Injustice, you can go as crazy as you want in Injustice, you know, with how characters look. You can go absolutely insane about what the characters do look like in the games and comic books. So I understand they had to make it human, but at least we got to see an Ares that looked like Ares. Like, even though it was closer to the end and it could have, you know, been a little bit earlier, but that's just my thing about that. Ares looked exactly like the comic book thing. And the Ares and Wonder Woman's, I mean, to people who read Wonder Woman, I don't read Wonder Woman that much, but I know enough about Wonder Woman that, you know, I do know enough about Wonder Woman that this was portrayed real good. Like, this is what they need to do for the Justice League. When they make the Justice League, this is what we want to see. Something based off the comics. Nothing dark and gritty, you know. Just based off the comics. That's all you need to do, DC. You're doing it, man. I'm proud of you. DC is pretty much right now, you know, DC's pretty much my son finally that didn't get good grades for a while, and he finally got good grades. Like, I'm a proud father. Well, you get the analogy. Like, I'm proud of the way they portray Wonder Woman. Hopefully they do this in the new Batman movie, and hopefully they do this in the Justice League movie, because this is good. This is exactly what we wanted for a long time. I like the jokes and humor, of course, which, kind of adultish, but, that was pretty good, for the jokes and stuff like that about, procreation. Like, there's like a whole thing, like, Diana knows about procreation, except she comes from a clay statue made by Zeus, So, it was pretty funny. It was kind of a pretty funny discussion with, with Chris Pine's character and Diana. But yeah, I gotta say, this is the best DC movie I've ever seen. Like, I would not mind going day one of this movie's release and buying this movie. Like, seriously. This is what DC is needed. DC has finally got their break. This is the movie that they needed. Even if it was a female-dominated superhero movie, and it kind of is because it's Wonder Woman, this was a movie we needed. This is the movie of DC we needed. This is something I could say I'm proud of. Like, right now, I want a Wonder Woman sweatshirt like this, a zip up, or a shirt with the classic Wonder Woman flying in the air. Like, I'm probably gonna get into more of the Wonder Woman comic series now after seeing this. This is the best stuff DC's ever produced. This is what DC should be doing all day, every day, no problem. I give it a 10 out of 10. I gotta say it. Right now, it's starting to look better than the Avengers movies, and the Avengers movies are really good. So I'm pleased. I'm 100% pleased with this stuff. I'm 100% pleased. In fact, this made the date night even better. If you do get a date night with a female, even if they're not a comic book nerd, you gotta take her to this film, because this will put your lady friend in a good mood so much. You're gonna be getting at least a few touch actions, if you know what I mean. You bring a girlfriend to this movie, you are definitely gonna get some action. For real. Like, this was that good. Like, it will put your female friends in a good mood walking out of the theater. Even if whether they're comic book fans or whether they're just people who go to the movies, even for movie standards. The story was on point. The plot was understandable. I could understand everything that was going on. They didn't do too many comic book stories at once. They stuck to one source material, and that was her origin story only. And for future superhero movies, that's what you need to do, is stick to one comic book through a whole movie. And it would be good, even if you have to put a little fillers of, let's just say Spider-Man beats up some bank robbers. But nonetheless, keep one villain in a movie. Because the problem I have with Batman vs. Superman, good movie, but the problem I have with Batman vs. Superman is Lex Luthor is pretty much act like the Joker. And there's Lex Luthor and Doomsday, so there's already too many villains at all. And then Superman, was kind of a villain because that's what Batman perceived Superman. So we already had too much material there. But Wonder Woman was perfect. It stuck to one material. Yes, you had to fight all the Germans and stuff like that, which I gotta put the little meme right there for the new Call of Duty World War II. Wonder Woman was there helping you fight the Nazis, but nonetheless, it only had one villain. Story could be understood. You take your lady friend with you, you're going to get some. You're going to get some touch-to-touch action. This will leave your girlfriend in a good mood. But nonetheless, may the crystal be with you, and I urge you not to watch this video. I urge you to go to the theater, purchase a ticket for Wonder Woman. It's worth every single penny, and may the crystal be with you.